Imagine holding a standard 5-cent piece in the palm of your hand. It looks exactly like the loose change jingling in your pocket right now, featuring the familiar profile of Thomas Jefferson on the front and his historic mansion, Monticello, on the back. To anyone else, it is worth exactly 5 cents. But for a few obsessed numismatists and treasure hunters, a seemingly ordinary 1981 Jefferson Nickel minted in Philadelphia holds a secret that transforms it from pocket change into a legendary anomaly. What if a simple mistake made 45 years ago created a ghost coin so rare that most collectors will go their entire lives without ever seeing one? To understand why this specific piece of metal causes such a stir, we have to travel back to the United States Mint in 1981. This was an era of massive transition for American coinage. The Philadelphia Mint, which historically left its coins blank without a mint mark, had just recently started stamping a clear letter P onto its coins to distinguish them from those made in Denver and San Francisco. This sudden shift in standard operating procedures created a high-stress environment on the production floor. Millions of nickels were being struck every single day, flying off the press in a blur of copper and nickel. Under that immense pressure, a single catastrophic mistake occurred, one that shouldn't have been possible under strict government quality control. Every coin tells a story, but rare error coins tell a story of human failure. When a coin die is prepared, it is supposed to be perfect. Yet a minute misalignment, a fragment of debris, or a malfunctioning automated press can alter a coin's destiny forever. In the case of this elusive 1981 error, rumors began to circulate in the collecting community about a tiny run of nickels that completely defied the Mint's strict guidelines. Some whisper of extreme die clashes, where the obverse and reverse images smashed together without a blank coin in between, leaving ghostly imprints of Jefferson's face on Monticello. Others hunt for the legendary missing mint mark varieties or dramatic off-center strikes that escaped the fiery melting pots of the U.S. Mint. When you look at 1981 nickel, you're looking at the legacy of Thomas Jefferson, a man who deeply valued architecture, science, and the concept of an American identity. Monticello, his beloved Virginia plantation, was a masterpiece of neoclassical design. Jefferson spent decades perfecting it, constantly tearing down walls and rebuilding them to match his evolving vision. It is deeply ironic, then, that a coin celebrating a man obsessed with structural perfection became the canvas for a chaotic manufacturing error. The mystery deepens when we look at the numbers. In 1981, the Philadelphia Mint struck over 650 million Jefferson nickels. The vast majority of them went straight into circulation, used to buy newspapers, candy, and soda. Over the decades, billions of hands have touched them, wearing down the sharp details of Monticello's steps and Jefferson's hair. But within that massive sea of hundreds of millions of coins, an incredibly minuscule fraction carried a fatal flaw. We're talking about a population so small that finding one is statistically more difficult than being struck by lightning. Think about the journey of that one flawed coin. It survived the high-speed sorting machines at the Mint. It survived the eagle-eyed inspectors whose sole job was to destroy imperfect money. It was packed into a canvas bag, tossed into an armored car, and shipped to a random bank somewhere in America. From there, it was handed to a cashier, passed to a customer, and dropped into a piggy bank, a couch cushion, or a jars of loose change. It sat in the dark for decades, completely unaware of its own true value. This is what drives treasure hunters mad. Right now, as you read this, that incredibly rare piece of history could be sitting in a dusty box in your attic or buried at the bottom of a forgotten jar in a thrift store. The difference between 5 cents and hundreds or even thousands of dollars comes down to a fraction of a millimeter of displaced metal, a subtle anomaly that 99% of the population would look at and completely ignore. When professional collectors evaluate these rare 1981 errors, they aren't just looking at the mistake, they are looking at the condition. A coin that has been rolling around in the wild for 40 years is going to be scratched, dented, and dull. But if someone happened to unwrap a pristine, uncirculated bankroll in 1981 and spotted the error immediately, that coin becomes a holy grail. The sharp, frosted details of the buildings, the deep luster of the metal, and the absolute perfection of the strike around the error create a visual masterpiece. In the upper echelons of coin grading, a single point of condition can mean a difference of thousands of dollars at auction. The allure of the 1981 Monticello error is tied to the thrill of the hunt. Unlike ancient Roman coins or gold doubloons buried deep in the ocean, this is a treasure that belongs to the modern world. It is a piece of history that was minted within living memory. It represents a brief moment in time when the machines failed, human eyes blinked, and a treasure was accidentally unleashed into the pockets of unsuspecting citizens. So how do you spot one? It requires patience, a high-powered magnifying glass, and a deep understanding of what a perfect coin should look like. You have to train your eyes to see past the grime and the scratches, looking for the telltale signs of a minting disaster. Is the mint mark doubled? Is the image of Monticello slightly rotated? Are the pillars of the historic mansion warped by a damaged die? Every time you break a $20 bill and receive a handful of change, you're holding a lottery ticket. Most of the time, it's just worth face value. But every so often, the universe aligns, and a survivor of a 45-year-old mint mistake finds its way into your hand. It makes you wonder how many fortunes we have blindly handed back to cashiers or dropped into vending machines simply because we didn't take a closer look. The world of coin collecting is filled with stories of ordinary people making extraordinary discoveries. A man cleaning out his grandfather's closet finds a single coin that pays off his mortgage. A woman searching through pocket change finds a rare error that funds her child's college education. These aren't myths. They are real events that happen because the U.S. Mint is run by human beings, and human beings make mistakes. The next time you see a 1981 Jefferson Nickel, don't just toss it aside. Hold it up to the light. Look closely at the date, the mint mark, and the grand dome of Monticello. Look for the imperfections that tell the story of a chaotic day at the Philadelphia Mint all those years ago. You might just be holding a piece of a forgotten printing anomaly, a rare survivor of a high-speed mechanical glitch. Could a certified fortune be hiding in your pocket right now? What is the most unusual or oldest coin you have ever found in your everyday change? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to check your jars of coins tonight. You never know what history is waiting to be discovered.